NNPCL announces petrol prices from Dangote Refinery. Nigerians' external reserves grow by $424 million. Telecom operators begin SIM disconnection over NIN deadline. Federal government, pension and financial sectors collaborate, launch investment fund on affordable housing. In the local market, Access Corp, MTN Nigeria drive Nigerian equity market to 607 billion naira gain. On the foreign scene, global stock markets surge amid US and China inflation trades. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has revealed that petrol from the Dangote refinery will be sold at 950 naira per litre in Lagos and 1,019 naira per litre in Borno. The announcement follows the NNPCL's release of estimated pump prices for September 2024. NNPCL emphasized that the pricing follows the provisions of Petroleum Industry Act, with prices determined through direct negotiations. The company confirmed payment to Dangote Refinery in US dollars, with naira transactions starting in October 2024. Petrol prices in other regions will range from 960 naira per litre in the south to 999 naira in Abuja, Kano and Sokoto. This follows NNPCL's loading of 16.8 million litres from the Dangote refinery. Nigerians' external reserves increased by $424.68 million between August 30th and September 10th, reflecting a positive financial outlook. The Central Bank of Nigeria's report shows that reserves rose from $36.305 billion to $36.730 billion, a 1.17% gain. Despite a minor dip of $61 million on September 2nd, reserves recovered steadily, reaching $36.337 billion by September 5th. The reserves are essential for stabilizing the naira and managing the country's external obligations. The steady growth highlights improved financial resilience, especially as the reserves play a critical role in supporting imports and external debt management. The Depot and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria, DAPMAN, has denied claims that the reported Dangote refinery to President Bola Tinubu over low diesel prices. Dangote's Vice President Davakumar Edwin had alleged the marketers raised concerns about the refinery's pricing affecting their businesses. Edwin also mentioned that many oil marketers are boycotting the refinery's diesel and aviation fuel, forcing Dangote to export more of its products due to low local patronage. The refinery reportedly faces challenges selling diesel locally, with only 29 tankers sold per day, according to Edwin. Telecom operators have started disconnecting phone lines non-linked to National Identification Numbers (NIN), following the Nigerian Communications Commission's NCC September 14th deadline. The NCC has urged subscribers to update their details to avoid disruption. As of March 2024, about 66 million lines remain unlinked to NIN, putting them at risk of disconnection. A previous disconnection in July caused widespread disruptions, but the deadline has now passed with no extension expected. NCC officials have dismissed any chances of another grace period, urging subscribers to complete the process despite challenges at NIN registration centers. The Presidential Initiative on Compressed Natural Gas (CNG) has begun distributing 1,000 conversion kits to various states across Nigeria to reduce transportation costs and mitigate the impact of fuel subsidy removal. Program Director Michael Oluwagbemi stated that the initiative aims to convert 3 million vehicles within 3 years, creating over 100,000 direct jobs. Commercial transport operators will benefit from free conversions, and 450 kits have already been distributed, with 550 more set for dispatch. The conversion kits will allow vehicles to run on CNG, a cleaner, more affordable alternative to petrol. The federal government has launched the Ministry of Finance Incorporated Real Estate Investment Fund, MRIF, aiming to provide affordable housing by collaborating with the pension and financial sectors. This initiative is part of the 1 Million Homes Presidential Initiative, which focuses on offering low-cost mortgage financing. Minister of Finance Wale Edun emphasized the fund's potential to provide mortgage solutions, particularly for pension account holders, thereby addressing Nigerians' housing deficit. Key industry leaders are engaged to ensure transparency and efficiency in managing the fund, which aims to make affordable home ownership a reality for many Nigerians. The Nigerian government has commenced the sale of subsidized rice to the general public following earlier distributions to civil and public servants. This initiative aims to address the rising cost of food, with the price of a 50 kg bag of rice soaring to 90,000 naira in some regions. Despite promises to sell the rice at 40,000 naira per bag, many Nigerians have expressed frustration, citing difficulties in accessing the subsidized commodity. However, the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has reassured the public that the rice will be made widely available. Sales points have been set up in various locations, with citizens required to present identification before purchasing the subsidized rice. Let's take a break here. We'll be back shortly with more stories and stock market reports.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Welcome back. Now, Nigerian banks and discount houses borrowed 3 trillion naira from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, through the Standing Lending Facility, SLF, in 1 week, according to Afrivest research. This borrowing surge resulted in a 4.7% rise in system liquidity, reaching 712.3 billion naira. The spike reflects increased demand for short-term liquidity, while banks deposited 493.6 billion naira through the Standing Deposit Facility. Despite the liquidity boost, interbank lending rates showed mixed reactions, with the open purchase rate dropping to 31.2%, while the overnight rate edged up to 31.7%. The Association of Securities Dealing Houses of Nigeria, ASHON, has praised Dangote Group's founder for the successful commencement of operations at the 650,000 barrels per day capacity Dangote refinery. ASHON described the refinery as a transformative milestone for Nigeria's energy sector and economic growth. The refinery is expected to create jobs, boost government revenue, and strengthen Nigerian energy security, while attracting foreign investment and bolstering investor confidence. The Nigerian equity market witnessed a significant gain of 607 billion naira in market capitalization last week, driven by strong buying interest in large-cap stocks like Access Corporation and MTN Nigeria. The All Shares Index rose by 1.06%, closing at 97,456.62 points, while the market capitalization increased by 1.10% to 56 trillion naira. Investor interest in Access Corporation and MTN Nigeria fueled the upward trend, with Access gaining 2.39% and MTN Nigeria climbing 7.37%. Sectorial performance was largely positive, with the banking sector leading the charge, posting a 5.12% increase. Other notable sectors include consumer goods, 1.47%, insurance, 1.59%, oil and gas, 2%, and industrial, 0.17%. The financial services sector dominated market activity, accounting for 66.05% of the total equity turnover volume and 52.71% of its value. Jaiz Bank, Zenith Bank, and Japo Gold and Ventures topped the volume charts, contributing 36.68% to the total turnover. In the same period, 52 equities saw price increases, while 31 declined, with 68 remaining unchanged. Meanwhile, the federal government saving bonds were listed on the Nigerian exchange on September 12, following a previous week's loss of 83 billion naira in market capitalization. Global stock markets surged this week, supported by inflation data from the US and China, which raised expectations of a possible interest rate cut by the Federal Reserve. US inflation for August showed a modest 0.2% month-on-month increase and a year-on-year rise of 2.5%, down from 2.9%, fostering speculations of an impending rate cut. The slowing inflation trend in China has further boosted market optimism, leading to a rise in major indices. The US S&P 500 gained 3.8%, while the Nasdaq surged by 5.7% as investors anticipated more liquidity entering global markets. Analysts at AfriVest suggested that a potential rate cut by the Fed could strengthen global equities, providing additional liquidity to markets and promoting economic growth across sectors. That's the much we can take on business news on Housing TV Africa. But before we go, here is a recap of our top stories. NNPCL announces petrol prices from Dangote Refinery. Nigerians' external reserves grow by $424 million. Telecom operators begin SIM disconnection over NIN deadline. Federal government, pension and financial sectors collaborate, launch investment fund on affordable housing. In the local market, Access Co, MTN Nigeria drive Nigerian equity market to 607 billion naira gain. On the foreign scene, global stock markets surge amid US and China inflation trends. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV Africa on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store to stay connected. I am Mimuna Bagodo. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
This is Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.